Yo, 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 what is going on, COD Familia? It is your boy BN. Today, we are going to be taking a look at the recently released 1.0.35 patch notes. Remember, in this review, we're going to read through everything. I'm going to share with you my thoughts and my opinions for any things that I find interesting and just have something to say about. And this should be a good one. As always, if you enjoy the content, make sure you throw us out. And I wonder if we're going to hear about Season 3 today. Okay. So this was released a couple hours ago. We're just going to get right to the meat of it. So we got Rise of Dragons. Okay, cool. Let's go number one highlights. 1.1, new season. Rise of the Dragon. Ooh, so this is probably a season 3. Fires Burn of War. Okay, here we go. Story season 3 is here. Mystical land of Hasuan-Cho. And we have all new adventures alongside a mysterious young draconian woman. All right. Number one, season features. New continent. Far to the south of the Eternal Sea lies Cho. Might take me a minute. Where the Draconians have protected the World Tree for generations. Visit the Star Scryer Sanctuary to observe the movements of the heavens. Seek the secrets of eternal life. That sounds great. In the mysterious snowbound ruins of the Furnace of Immortality, and gaze upon the eternal world tree, Qianmu. Okay. We got Darkling Warhordes. Towering shadow citadels have infested Swancho like monstrous carbuncles from deep within these layers. Darkling Warhordes spread their foul influence across the land. Okay. Rally your forces to destroy these foul places and reap rewards. All right. New Behemoths. Fight to banish the dark forces that have captured the mysterious clockwork guardians known as gear sentries. Interesting. Meanwhile, atop the great tree, Qianmu, sits the embodiment of all evil. Wow. The Shadow Dragon. Okay. Again, have to keep things dragon related. Season story in the snowbound land of Beleren, the gate of promises has been opened. Okay, so this reveals the path. Okay, season gameplay: help a mysterious and draconian woman recover her memory and master the way of Siho with 6 powerful and unique abilities that could be the key to saving Swancha. Okay, cool, interesting. So does that mean that we'll get, maybe, is it talents? Is it going to be the oh gosh, what am I thinking of? Sorry, seasonal talents. Is it going to be like maybe 6 new seasonal talents? Will these be abilities you'll be able to acquire throughout the season? Exploration. Traverse the mists of Swancho and deploy scouts to explore its mysteries. Okay. And then visit some villages to find out more. Okay. Opening cinematic. Lift the veil. Okay, season 2 registration. Here we go. Players who have finished Story Season 1 and are playing Story Season 2 will automatically enter Season 3 after Story Season 2 ends. Okay, I mean, basically just counting 1, 2, 3. We appreciate. Yes. Players in Pre-Strife and Season of Strife can register for Season of Strife 4, equivalent to Story Season 3. So basically Season 4, if you will. Number 2, 1.2, S2 to S3 transition changes for Season 2 sessions beginning March 4th onward. Now, why is March 4th important, you might ask? I covered this in yesterday's video, where we explained that the Gen 2 kingdoms from Dragonfall 10 to 20, which are those last 2 numbers, are Gen 2. They finish on March 4th. That's a lot of kingdoms out of Season of Strife. So for the duration of Season 2 will be reduced to 40 days. Yeah, they're basically trying to align everything to be 40 days. Okay, solid. After the season summary, players will have 2 days to leave the season map, after which migration will be open for 1 day. Season 3 sessions beginning March 7th onward will take place will take the place of Pre-Strife, allowing players to transition directly from Season 2 to 3. Oh, I see. Season 3 sessions beginning March 7th on. Okay, so that'll be the couple groups that are, I believe, in 3 Calling of Courages for Season of Strife that finish on March 11th, I believe. And then there's, I think, 1 other group that finishes on March 11th. But yeah, Season 3 sessions. But I wonder if the groups finishing on March 3rd might still be eligible for March 7th. If that's the case, then the Gen 1 kingdoms, and that's maybe something that's going to be something to ask. If the Gen 1 kingdoms skip, does that mean they'll have a shot at making it to Season 3 for the next KVK? That could, if that's the case, that actually could be a further incentive. We'll have to ask COD support and see if they can confirm that. 1.3. 1.3 Sentinel Arrows drop rate increase. This is something that we've been talking about, hoping to have for a while now. Level 21 through 50 Darklings will now drop more Sentinel Arrows. The higher their level, the higher the chance to drop Sentinel. I mean, this is awesome. This is something that has been a long awaited, requested, and hopeful feature from the community. So this is a nice adjustment or a nice improvement. 1.4 speed up item improvements. A new feature, excess time auto refund. Excess speed up time will be returned to your inventory in the form of speed up items. Oh, okay. That actually seems like a really nice improvement. Oh my gosh. Jeez. Okay. And I guess that's just because anything that you have that's excess, I wonder if that means if it's like you have something that's building, will it just be auto converted to universal? Is that what they mean? It would just be nice if maybe they went into some details, but this seems like it could be a big win. Number 2, season system improvements. 2.1, season 2 Titan's Legacy changes. For season 2 sessions beginning March 4th onward, the duration of Titan's Legacy will be reduced from 60 to 50 days. That makes sense because you have a shorter season, with levels and rewards adjusted appropriately. Titan's Legacy progress will be reset when migrating from an old server to a new server. Okay. Had to hold that one in. 2.2, Army Group Reserve Legions. The Reserve Legions feature is now available for Army groups, available from Season of Strife 2 and 3. Offline players can add their legions to their alliance's reserves, allowing Army group captains to assign them to an army group at any time. Okay, so basically just saying like, hey, here's one of my legions or one of my, I guess, commanders, right? Their characters, and then they're basically getting put into a pool, and then that pool can be accessed by the captain. So I guess it just makes it easier to do it, so you don't necessarily have to be online. I mean, this actually kind of seems like a win, as long as it doesn't like deter anything from the players themselves. But yeah, I guess if it makes it easier to select those, yeah, this seems like a reduction of steps. So it's not bad. Okay, for 2.3, Season 2 policy update. New combat-related policies have been added, bringing more strategic depth. This update will only take effect for Season 2 sessions beginning March 4th onward. Okay, so some new combat-related policies. Okay, not bad. 2.4, server overview upgrade. 2.41, new filter feature. You can now quickly check on a server's server phase, hotspots, and migration info. Oh, interesting. So I guess that means instead of like, for example, me having to go in on my scouts and look at where the phase is for the server in its KVK prep timeline or end of season timeline, maybe they're making it easier to where you'll be able to, it says a new filter feature though. So I wonder if that means you will be able to have a drop down or selecting and saying, hey, which kingdoms are coming up to, or when is their migration phase? That could be something. That actually isn't a bad idea. And migration info. So we're going to get some more info, something that they might have alluded to in that past Q&A that we talked about. 2.42, migration phase progress indicators are now displayed. Okay, that's nice. A note, Brink of War now takes place at the beginning of the new season. Please make sure to adjust your migration plans accordingly. Interesting. So instead of Brink of War happening before the season starts, now it's happening at the beginning of the new season. That is a big change. But please make sure, okay. So I guess, does that mean that, I guess it doesn't really matter though, because migration typically is opening at the end of the season, after the season has ended and you're back in home kingdom. So I don't really know how Brink of War would really take effect, would affect any of that. So maybe this is just a general note. 2.5, season rewards improvements. Achievement rewards and season rewards not claimed by the end of the season will be sent to you via in-game mail. Okay, nice. So it's not something that you'll necessarily lose or forget about. Number 3, personal development improvements. 3-1. 3 new heroes. Musiang, which I think this was one that we saw either shown from the Shanghai meetup. Overall PvP support. So it's an epic hero. Can be obtained through hero recruitment or by taking part in the Birth of a Legend event. In subsequent season, she can be obtained through hero recruitment. Okay, interesting that they're saying that, because this could be the first time that I've ever heard them add a line in such as this, which basically to me indicates, oh, Well, remember one of the things that I've been advocating for a while, which is talking about how when a new hero is introduced, after a period of time, they should just be added in addition to all the ways that they can still be obtained to the standard hero recruitment process from a gold chest, right? A gold or silver chest. And if you want to put them in gold chest, that's fine. So this is pretty massive because I don't, as often as I read for every patch note I've ever read, I've never seen a line written such as this. So I wonder if that's going to be something for us to pay attention to. Season 3, Rise of the Dragon, can be upgraded to a legendary hero by purchasing Qian Mu fruit. Interesting. So now they're giving you the option to upgrade epics to legendaries. I mean, listen, man. You know, my view on heroes and characters has always been pretty transparent in that, you know, why not just make why not just don't have a rarity type for the heroes? Just have the hero come out, right? And then they just have their unique abilities. It just seems like it's such a dilution to have and just too much complexity when you have so many different rare types. And it's the fact is let's just be real. Most of the time when you're doing PvP, everyone's just trying to use legendaries anyways, right? There's not necessarily a massive and overwhelming use for PvP. You know, if you're not now obviously if you're not able to get there, that's one thing, right? Then yeah, you most likely will defer to epics prior to getting the legendaries. But it's a lot different because you have rare types in. If you didn't have rare types in, then yeah, you would still have heroes that are sought after, but it would be a little bit easier to basically you're kind of leveling up everything right at that point because everyone's kind of on the same playing field ish of just being a universal type. So it's not like you feel like kind of having wasted efforts of having to upgrade an epic and then you eventually have to upgrade a legendary and then you most likely will not use that epic unless you absolutely have to, kind of a situation, or maybe never again. Not sure if anyone catches where I'm going with that, but anyways. Moving on. Upgrading Musain to Legendary Hero will greatly increase her skill effects and refund all training costs from her period as an epic hero. Wow, that's pretty massive. Number 2, Fulgrim. Marksman PvP skills, rarity legendary. Obtained from Lucky Spin and Wheel of Destiny. Yeah, okay. Sybil, Marksman Rally Control. So we got an overall PvP support and 2 marksmen. So we got 2 archers coming in. Large obtained from Wheel of Destiny and Strongest Sword. Okay. Too bad this one didn't have this line in it. 3.2, Legendary Artifact Iron Tusk. Type Marksman PvP Assault, obtained from Forge of Light, Riches of the Forest. Okay, so pretty standard there as far as where those are usually being found for new introductions. Number 4, Event Experience Improvements. 4-1, 3 amazing new events. Dragons and Destinies, sign-in event. Season 3 kicks off with the Dragons and Destinies sign-in event, sign-in every day. Okay, so just kind of a seasonal event, it seems. You'll have a chance to obtain the mysterious hero who will accompany you. So this is probably for those like free 10 legendary sculptures, so that way you can just do the summon, most likely. Or at minimum. Cosmic Interchange event. Ooh, okay, that's interesting. Players who reach stage 16 will be able to exchange building speed up items for training speed up items at this event. Wow. That sounds pretty massive. And I'm sure people are going to be looking forward to that. Season 3 quiz event. Put your knowledge to the test in the Swancho Literati quiz. Okay, answer questions based around the all-new Season 3 content to win awesome awards. Okay, 4.2, Roots of War upgrade. Ooh. Personal points increase. Previously, players could only gain personal points if they had a garrison legion in an occupied building. Now, all Alliance members on the battlefield will continuously gain personal points from occupied buildings. Oh, okay. I guess that seems better. I guess. I'd have to think about that a little bit because I guess the difference is that if you're occupying the building and you're gaining a personal point for it, it's because you're there. If your teammates are there and you're gaining points because of that, but you're not there, I guess it just depends on how they're doing their scaling, right? And how the points are being accumulated. If it feels like that's something that needs to happen. I'm also wondering if that's based on player feedback. It would have been nice if they called that out on like, why are they making the adjustment? Maybe it's obvious to people who play ROW. For someone who hasn't had a chance to really watch a lot nor participate, that would just be kind of a general question I would have. 2, building points increased. Halls, 15 points per minute. Now it's 90 points per minute, 8 points per minute to 60 points. Okay. I wonder why there was a need to increase it, I guess, by that much. 3, new social features, new chat features. Team chat includes all Alliance members registered for the event, including substitutes. And then we have a public chat, includes all players registered for the event on both sides, including, oh, cool. So basically you get to trash talk in public chat and then go back to your team chat to talk about tactics and strategies in real-time orders. Number 4. System improvements. Matchmaking has been made fair. Okay, how has it been made fair? Would have been nice if they went into a little bit more detail. Member search. You can now form teams more quickly and coordinate more effectively. This seems like a nice improvement, an adjustment. Number 5, combat system improvements. 5.1, Beastmaster commands improvements. Now new select all feature. The Beastmaster can now select the behemoth and friendly legions together, allowing them to issue commands more effectively. This was something I saw was provided in one of the suggestions on the COD Discord in the suggestion channel. So nice to see that this is getting added in. Number 6, other improvements. You guys know other improvements is where my life lives. 6.1, Ancestor Statue Portal Save Zones. Save zones will appear around portals to ancient ancestor statues. Save zones will only take effect after a portal has been used to teleport to an ancestor statue. Okay. Save zone rules. Legions in a safe zone cannot be attacked. You can only use a safe zone if its portal is within your alliance or warband's territory. Legions cannot enter safe zones that they cannot use. If the portal is no longer within your alliance or warband territory, when your legion returns, it cannot use the safe zone, but it can still return through the portal. Okay. So are these safe zones for the ancestor statue areas, and like it's basically a prep area before the fighting happens? Is that what I'm getting from that? Or you're going there to an area and it's just not going to let you get attacked for a period of time? Yeah, I don't know. I guess it would have been nice if they said like, oh, this is why. Now, maybe they've alluded to this before, and I feel like they've said something about this before, and I'm probably just having a massive brain fart. I'm sure someone will take the time to kindly, wink, wink, let us know in the comments. 6.2, High King skills permissions improvements. New officer skills usage permissions. The Marshal can cast the following combat skills. Banishment, Exile. The Consort and Chancellor can cast the following realm buffs. Intensive Gathering, Intensive Reconstruction, Reduced Treatment Cost, War Mobilization, Intensive Care. This is great. I mean, to be honest, I would almost enjoy if they had more minister titles to give out compared to 3, because you got to think about it, man. Kingdom management is so much more, I don't want to say important than alliance management, but I will just say there's a lot more to it. And I can imagine if you asked people, would you like to have more than 4 titles that can assist in kingdom management? I have to imagine it would be an overwhelming yes. So I'd also would like to see more minister titles or more minister positions available. And it would be nice if the king can customize those titles. So it's nice that they're adding more utilization for them from the COD team. But what to me, what would be even better is if you gave a list of things and then basically the king could go through each person and checkbox off what they have the ability and permission to do and not to do. Okay. Restrictions has 6.3 ceasefire rules adjustment. Restrictions have been updated. Existing restrictions cannot intercept other players' legions or attack their legions or buildings. Added, and I wonder if this is the ceasefire rule for the beginning of the season, where isn't it like 1 to 2 days, something like that, of ceasefire, if that's what they're referring to. Added restriction: Alliance siege bastions cannot attack any buildings. Oh, interesting. That actually seems pretty massive. But I potentially might be okay with that. I'm curious what you guys are going to think about that one. 6.4 sound settings improvements. New PC client option, play sounds when minimized. New mobile client option, main volume control. Last one, 6.5 unit death rules description improvements. Descriptions of the rules regarding dead units for hospitals and alliance siege bastions have been improved. The rules now clarify the proportion of severely wounded units that will die immediately as a result of taking damage from garrisoned armies in enemy cities, passes, or alliance buildings, better reflecting how these mechanisms work in game. This is actually, I think, a great improvement that they're making, or addition. I think anytime you get to have a clearer picture and more clarity on how deaths occur, where they are occurring from, and what is incurring the most amount of deaths, just for some general questions that would be great to be answered. If this is going to be something that you're going to be able to see in the report, that's great. Again, I'm all for that. Okay, I guess that sums us up for what we got so far. I think biggest thing, obviously, in this one, in conclusion, I think for the most part, this is kind of more of a standard generalized update. Nothing. Obviously, season 3 is probably the biggest highlight that we're getting. There's not too much information. The Sentinel Arrow drop rate, just an absolute banger. This excess time, the excess time for speed ups, once you get to CH16 and you're going to be able to transition your building speed ups to training, that is massive for people that I'm sure have just been hoarding those, especially from older kingdoms. So that to me is just an absolute banger on that one. Aligning everyone from 60 to 40 days on the season awards, it seems like a really big one. Having more migration information, being able to filter so you can figure out what phase kingdoms are in, so that can better help you align with where your migration is going to end up, or what you can look forward to, where you would migrate to going in the future. Obviously, getting the new heroes. We got the new events, right? The cosmic one for the CH16 I thought is great. The Roots of War thing I'm curious on, for those of you that play, to get a little bit more information there. Again, I like the Beastmaster one with the adjustments, the heist. You guys know me, man. I'm always a fan of Kingdom Alliance management stuff being improved. So the High King improvements there for the ministers, I think, is great. And the unit death report, I think, is really good too as well, with being able to at least get a little bit more information on the dead units. Okay. That's it for me. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. As always, until next time, we will catch you later.